You're listening to the Impact Implosion on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
I am your host, Seth Draken, and with me is my co-host, Mike Poland.
Hello.
This week's episode will be called, as Mike requested, Finally TNA Does Something Right.
Yes.
We gotta start about Destination X, since that was last week. Well, no, that wasn't last week. That was last week, actually. What the hell am I talking about?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, figuring this out. Anyways, our first match of Destination X was a four-way between Rubix, Dakota Darso, Lars Only, and Mason Andrews.
And Mason Andrews got the win.
Yeah, he got the win, although I did enjoy the Let's Go Rubix chants.
Yes.
Yes, they loved Rubix. After that, immediately after, Kid Cash comes out.
Kid Cash's alive.
Yeah, even though he beat up on Mason Andrews through most of the match, Mason Andrews won still.
And he's still a jobber.
Yes. Then we had Samoa Joe joining Christy Hemme backstage. Saying,
a very good promo.
Yeah, she asked Joe who will win, and he says Aries. Then Joe said last year he was out for blood, but this year he saw the light, and now he's more focused on winning this thing. And sees Kurt Angle as nothing more than 10 points.
Well, that's because last year Joe wasn't getting pushed.
Well, last year Joe was just trying to beat everyone up.
Yep.
Then we had an X Division, another tournament match, and probably the best one of these title tournament matches. Douglas Williams versus Kenny King.
I like this. This is good.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny King is way over.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, TNA hasn't signed him yet. They probably will.
Wasn't he in TNA several years ago?
Around, 2007, maybe.
Yeah, 2006, I remember seeing him a few times.
He was a jobber, yeah, back then. So, yeah,
seeing
Kenny
him
King
on one
wins.
of the pay-per-view pre-shows.
I think Kenny King wins. I think it was a roll-up.
No, he won with the Coronation.
Oh, yeah. He won with his finisher.
Yeah.
Then we had Christy Hemme joining Christopher Daniels, who had his Appletini with him.
Is there a law against drinking before you wrestle?
I don't know, but Daniels sure seems to like to break it.
Maybe he's going to the Jake Roberts.
Are you kidding me, Mike?
What?
Really? Is there a law against drinking in professional wrestling?
Before your match.
Do you realize how many of the greatest matches never would have happened if alcohol was not involved backstage 2 hours before the event?
He meant just immediately before the match, probably.
Immediately before the match, anyway. What do you think Hornswoggle was doing under the ring at Raw last week for 2 damn hours?
I didn't see it.
See, looking up porn. That's what
I guarantee you he had at least a 6-pack underneath there. And I'm not talking about washboard abs here.
Although I do know Hornswoggle does play Jim Rummy with John Cena.
Doesn't surprise me.
Then we had an X Division title tournament match with Sanjay Dutt and Rashad Cameron.
This was pretty good.
This was pretty good also. The right guy won is Sanjay Dutt with that awesome-looking backflip double foot stomp.
You think we'll see him again after this?
I don't know with Sanjay Dutt, and we'll find out later why. Then we had another we had Jesse Sorensen's rehab progress. We had Jesse
gave away who was going to win the X Division title.
Yeah, Jesse Sorensen thanking everyone. He's going to win the X Division tournament, and then next year he's going to be the X Division champion and is going to cash it in to become the World Heavyweight Champion.
Cue hysterical laughter.
Yeah, no offense, Sorensen. I don't see you being the guy to be World Heavyweight Champion. You're not that guy. that good.
They're going for a Cinderella story.
I know, Cinderella story. You already have that with Austin Aries, who we'll get to later.
It only works so often.
Yeah, it rarely works. Look at Rey Mysterio and how well that worked.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, Zema Ion versus Flip Casanova.
Skipped it.
Yeah, this wasn't a good match. It's the right guy won, Zema Ion.
Zema Ion.
Yeah, Zema Ion won this match. The only one of the actual wrestlers, in the company, that won a match.
Yep.
And then we had
Joe and Angle.
Oh yeah, Joe and Kurt Angle. And this was actually good. I thought we'd seen everything from these guys, but no, we had a submission match.
All their matches have been good.
Yeah, this was no different. This was actually, I was surprised about how good at this. I thought they were going to lose steam with this match, but no. They haven't.
Nope.
They basically traded submissions through the whole matches. And finish was good because Angle didn't tap out, but he did lose by submission since he passed out.
Yep.
So yeah, Joe gets 10 points and is now leading the Bound for Glory series by 1 point.
Yeah. Next.
Oh, yeah, next up.
It's AJ Daniels?
Yep, AJ Daniels, and, I was dreading... these two have decent matches, but I was dreading to see how far these two have gone from having classic matches to having the same old match. They didn't!
This was great.
Oh, yeah, this was good. And it ended up with that 6 spot of AJ Styles
clash off the stage.
Table. Off the ramp.
Yes.
And yeah.
But yet this feud continues.
Yeah, it continues. We'll get to that
in a minute.
We'll get to that in a minute. Anyways, Daniels loses. AJ wins. We're going to probably get another match between these two since I do believe they haven't faced each other in the Bound for Glory series yet. I don't think this counted.
And I think they'll also face each other at Hardcore Justice.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, we had Austin Aries in the back with Christy Hemme.
Didn't we have all the X Division qualifiers in there too somewhere?
I think so. I don't remember that segment too much, but
I have the recap in front of me.
Yeah. Anyways, Zema Ion won the X Division title in the Ultimate X match.
Oh, God.
Look, I don't like the winner, but if this is going to end up with Zema Ion being the really dickish heel and ultimately getting his comeuppance, I have no problem with this. I really don't.
With those 4 guys, though, you pick Zema.
No, I know Mason Andrews, Kenny King, and Sanjay Dutt are all more talented than this kid.
Yes, they are.
Although I will say this. Did you see the 6 spot that happened with Sanjay Dutt, where he had to get his shoulder re-popped?
Is that why he's not going to be in TNA?
I don't know. I
don't know. I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did a spot, and basically his head ricocheted back onto the bottom rope, and his shoulder popped.
Ew.
So he had to go back and get it unpopped.
Not good.
So yeah, and really, I don't know if he really should have really gotten up. He really should have. I don't even know if he should have come back in that match. He could have. I know he had to do the final spot, but really, your shoulder pops. That's dangerous to come back. He should be.
Just stay on the floor. Had to pop back.
Yeah, he went to the back and got that hopped back in, but then he came back, went up the
doctor should have kept him back there.
He should next for a minute, where these two guys were up on that scaffold. Zema Ion uses the hairspray to knock Sanjay out and gets the belt. He then wants to dedicate. Zema dedicates the win to all his haters, and dedicates this
And
most of all to
Thorne.
Jesse. He never would have reached his true potential if he didn't break his neck.
Classic.
Yeah, he's gonna be a heel. Anyway, next up was, I believe, our main event.
Aries and Bobby Roode, yes.
Yes, and oh boy, holy crap, was this good?
Yes.
You know, you wouldn't think of two guys would wrestle a straight-out wrestling match, but for the most part, these two guys do. Mm-hmm. And then in the end, Rocky starts trying to cheat. Like he knocks Austin Aries into the ref, then tries to hit the belt, only gets a 2 count, then is about to use the belt again. Referee takes it from him. He pushes the referee. And basically that leads up to Austin Aries drop kicking him into the ropes, then kicking him into the face, and then giving him a German
Brainbuster.
I'm talking
Brainbuster,
yeah. And finished him, and this match was over.
Yep.
Austin Aries is your new world champion.
Austin Aries.
And on Raw, if you saw, there's a certain guy named Murray Vivo who does these certain videos on Raw and SmackDown. When he was going through the whole AJ Punk and Bryan fiasco, he was basically saying, meanwhile, in another company, Austin Aries has won the world title. Yeah. So for the first time,
meanwhile, in the company that's actually doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, odd. But anyways, we got to talk about the news that happened immediately a few days afterwards, which was DirecTV. It no longer has Spike TV, and because they have a little spit with Viacom. They both suck. And now, many DirecTV people can't get Spike. So they can't watch Impact. So yeah, let's get to the Impact Wrestling show, since this is show kicked off with Austin Aries' victory, the recap of it.
Yep.
Then we had the previously an Impact recap air, and finally we start off with a wrestling match. Joseph Park versus Bully Ray.
I don't know if I would classify this a wrestling match, but we started off with a match.
Meanwhile, was the audience to have their subscribers complain to their provider that they no longer carry Spike. And they did this through the whole show. So, anyways, Bully Ray beat up on Joseph Park and even did a thing where he did a Twitter thing right in the middle. He tweeted right in the middle of the match.
Yep. I did see that.
And anyways, the end came when Bully Ray hit Joseph. Oh no, what happened? What happened again? Ray hit him with a chain. This was a pretty good match.
Yep.
And afterward, Joe Park saw his blood. Ray went to hit him with a kendo stick, but Joe Park hit him with a black hole slam.
And then we have Bully Ray backstage saying, "Who was that? Who was that?
Who the hell was that?" I think you pissed Joseph off. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Anyways, backstage was shown ranting about the group that attacked them, the Aces and Eights.
Yay.
Then we had Samoa Joe versus RVD. Unsurprisingly, RVD won this match. So he got 7 points because, what did you say next?
Right.
Anyways, Claire is cornered by a cameraman and asked to talk about Dixie Carter. She hasn't talked to Dixie since this whole issue came up recently. And she had things to say. Said she had things to say. Today wasn't the day to talk to Dixie. Anyways, Hogan gave a Sting-esque threatening brief promo about the aces and eights. Next, Kazarian, Kaz, and Daniels stood in the ring. Kaz mocked Styles and said, "Things are far from over." And Claire Lynch came to the ring. Claire obliged. Why? I don't know. But, well, I didn't know at that point. And they try to basically gang up on her. Not physically, just intimidate her, but
Peer
Styles
pressure.
came out.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure, yeah. Styles came out. Basically, he had some words for them. Claire tries to get in. Styles says, stand back, stand back. Claire finally says enough and tells AJ that...
you're the father of this baby.
Of this baby.
Yay.
Anyway, then Styles walking to the back with the cameraman and saying, when they asked him, "Is the kid your baby?"
I don't know.
Like, this is a yes or no answer. This can easily be fit by a yes or no answer. Did you or did you not sleep with Claire Lynch despite the fact you were married? Yes or no?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah. Yes or no? It's that simple. Mr. Anderson is shown discussing Kurt Angle because they have a match later tonight. Go back
And
to
next
Zima
we had the women's title.
video package, complete with Ion winning the belt. Then we had this guy come out, cut
Coda.
a promo about how he and Sorensen are friends, and he said Ion was beginning to piss him off, and he headed to the ring.
I have
Sadly,
a slight problem with this. How often? I don't know that I believe that Dakota and the other and Sorensen were friends.
I didn't know that either. But anyways, apparently this
Logical
person was
loophole.
Dakota. So, in this match, he fought Zima Ion.
And I skipped this one on DVR. I wasn't home Thursday.
This match was terrible.
Yeah, all you need to know is Zima Ion won.
Bad. Yeah, Ion won with a springboard DT and did this thing where he wrenched Darso's arm and Darso cries in pain, and Ion cutting promo that he ain't just effing pretty, he's pretty effing dangerous.
Oh, your wrestling certainly is, buddy.
Yeah. Your wrestling certainly is dangerous, buddy. And anyways, we had Austin Aries made his way to the ring.
I love this segment.
Yeah, he talked about all the people congratulating him, even champions from other companies.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, CM Punk. Anyways, Bobby Roode shows up and gives us one of the best moments of the heel completely losing his crap over losing his belt.
Like a volcano about to erupt.
All of this, you!
Yes? Fluke.
He felt, I almost wish he had said, and this shirt's too tight too, Dixie. And finally, basically spits out the word fluke. And basically, he storms off after Aries said, "I got 3 words for you. New world champion."
New world order. I mean, champion.
Oh, yeah, new heavyweight champion. My bad. Anyway, we got Sting and Hogan discussing aces and eights. Devon and Garrett Bischoff showed up, and they offered to have Hogan and Sting's back. Oh, goody. 3 guys who can hardly wrestle anymore, and a guy who never could.
Goody, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, and they're going to face this new heel faction.
You mean you couldn't get like Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle and those guys?
Anyways, Hogan's
you got
control. So you're against how many guys aces and eights have? You're
4 or
against
5.
I have 4 cards, I guess, but Anyways, you say you're against aces and eights, and you reject help? You're only 2 people. Numbers do count.
Idiots.
Yeah. Numbers only don't count if you have a gun and they have knives. And even then, depending on the numbers, that might count.
Yes.
Anyway, we had Kurt Angle cut a brief promo putting over Mr. Anderson. And we had Angle's turn to do awkward stretches backstage.
That's what I want to see.
The whole Madison Rain Earl Hebner nightmare.
Ugh.
Actually,
God.
what the fuck is going on? Anyway, she's cutting a promo about how much she adores Earl Hebner. How much she likes his power and stuff like that. Anyways.
He's a referee.
Yes.
He has no power.
Yeah. Brooke Hogan makes her way to the announce table.
Oh, God. It goes from bad to worse, doesn't it?
Knockouts Championship rematch. So a good match is basically screwed by her commentary. And, oh boy, is it, because today, because basically throughout the match, we got to hear Brooke's life story. Anyways, this was actually
That's what I want to hear.
Other than
write a
Brooke
frickin' book.
What were you saying?
Then write a frickin' book, Brooke.
Yeah. Other than this was a good match. Other than Brooke Hogan not knowing when to shut the hell up and let the two rap.
We need a Chris Jericho for that.
Yeah. Anyways, Brooke Tessmacher wins.
Yep.
And after hitting a flying elbow drop, a la Macho Man, and
funny irony there.
Basically heads to the back afterwards. Then we had Claire found backstage dodging the
right
camera.
thing, AJ.
She did a crazy face on the cam and told Styles to do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
We didn't find out Open Fight Night is next week.
Yay.
Mac talks about how he's being overlooked and talks about at a house show on set, which was yesterday, I don't know when, he's facing James Storm.
Yay.
Taz and Tenay ran through the current Bound for Glory series set with Samoa Joe leading by 1 point. Then we had Kurt Angle versus Mr. Anderson in our main event, and this was good.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, this was good. Anyways, Angle wins with an Angle slam.
By
actually,
submission. By submission, correct?
Then Hogan and Sting are getting ready to call out Aces and Eights. Bobby Roode comes in and wants his rematch. Hogan tells him he has a rematch at Hardcore Justice for the belt. Roode says he wants him sooner. So Hogan says that next week is Open Fight, and Roode should call him out in a non-title match.
Yep.
Yeah. And Roode's like, I think I'll do exactly that.
You idiot, Bobby. You have a title shot now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, then Sting made his way to the ring. Sting then calls out the Aces and Eights and Hulk Hogan. Hogan's music plays 3 times, never shows up. Camera pans backstage, Hogan lying, and Aces and Eights have beaten him up so he's let flame.
And then they beat up Sting.
Yeah, and then Sting goes to check in the back. He gets beat up by more members of Aces and Eights, and is it me or is
Never turn your back, Sting?
Is it me or Aces and Eights are like bunny rabbits, and they basically spawn?
It's Hulk Hogan, Elmer Fudd?
No, I'm trying to say they spawn like freaking home members, because there were like 6 or 7 of those fuckers, and the first time we saw them, there were like 3.
Where'd the other 4 come from?
Yeah. Are they like gremlins or something?
They have like a pod for the Impact Zone somewhere. Like they used to have the 2 entrances. Now they have like a pod where these guys can come from.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
Astonate to procreate.
I believe there is a reason for this whole attack. And I just figured out what it was. Hogan is set to undergo another back surgery, so that's why they ran this angle.
Yep.
So yeah.
Back surgery number 17 for Hogan.
And Hogan having to do another, oh dear God, I gotta get a back surgery.
Brother.
This is like 8th or 9th in the last 3 years.
You think somebody would tell him, time to put him up, brother.
Time to get a wheelchair. Anyways, that was the end of that. And the Bound for Glory series, I did check. They do not say whether Magnus beat or James Storm won. Of course.
That's a good idea.
They didn't say who won.
In the dark.
Yeah, keep us in the dark about that. Anyways, you got anything before we head out for the night?
Nope, I'm good. Let's get on with the next show.
Wait, Nikolai say they're posting it. And
what?
They posted it. I checked the website. They hadn't posted yet. So, Nick, if you could please tell me who won that match so I could look it up. Anyways, I don't. Anyways, yeah, they post shows on a 1-week delay, so it's not up yet. Anyways, you got anything to hype up?
Nope, I do not.
And I do not either, so we will see you next week.
Yes, or on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, Thursday, yeah.